What's going on, guys? No Limits Kyle here. Day 10 of 30-day confidence booster. Overcoming doubt, negative self-talk for men in their 20s and 30s. Something is completely overlooked, probably always be overlooked, something that we are always going to be working on as men until we're dead. How to identify bad thoughts or how to combat them. 7 ways you identify negative self-talk. Straight up negative self-talk. Catastrophizing, black and white thinking, overgeneralizing, should statement, focusing on the straight up negative. So what do these 7 things mean and why are they important for you? Right off the bat, you have the negative self-talk and you also have focusing on the negative. It's very easy to do both things, and people think it's actually harder to compliment yourself. Thoughts that belittle or criticize yourself excessively, and they can be damaging. You have to understand, you are your worst critic. A lot of people are gonna say a lot of shit to you, about you. If you're negative self-talking yourself, what are you doing, man? Don't do that. It's the worst thing you can do, and I don't know why anyone would do that. Focusing on the negative, which is just consistently paying more attention to the negative aspects of situations rather than the positive. So no matter what, you're going into a situation negatively, you're in it negatively, and once you come out of it, you're still negative. So no matter what, it's just negative, and typically when you're like this, people can really sense it, especially with your body language and your tone of voice. I think a lot of people choose this route, overgeneralizing, making a broad and negative conclusions, just making all these conclusions based on something that has happened in the past, something that might have just happened, just having a biased opinion. Usually nothing that can convince you otherwise, really not allowing any optimism. Optimism is positivity. You have black and white thinking, and I definitely think this is a generational process. Black and white thinking, view things as either all good or all bad without any middle. The younger generation, I feel like more laid back. Older people, more straightforward, less bullshit, no nonsense, want what they want, and that's about it. Black and white thinking, a biased approach to it because there's literally no middle in any way, shape, or form. So it's either your way or the highway. Next, should statements. Good rules about how you and others should behave can lead to a lot of frustration and disappointment, which is because you're basically being forced on how you should behave. Rigid rules are how they are, and that's it. Should statements can find it a lot of military, police. This is the way it is. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. Now, this next one I thought was really interesting. It's mind reading, and that's because you're assuming you know what other people are thinking, and it can often be in a negative light. If you don't know someone very well, you already struggle with being confident, social anxiety, you're probably telling yourself that that person is judging you. Probably not saying anything positive about them towards you. That's totally fine, and it's usually natural for someone that isn't confident, deals with social anxiety. 50-50 thing, because when you're trying to read someone's mind, it's usually for the more positive. You're trying to help them figure out something, or maybe you're just trying to read their mind because that's what you want to do. If you're someone in your 20s, you struggle with confidence, you also struggle with social anxiety, struggle with initiating conversations, you can take something super small that someone does, your mind can blow it up. It happens to me all the time, and 9 out of 10 times, I'm wrong about the situation. And it's usually because I thought about it in a negative way. Types of mind games can really fuck with you. Last but certainly not least is catastrophizing. I had to do some research on this, something that happens to me every single week, and that is seeing situations as worse than they are or expecting the worst outcomes. This can lead to bad anxiety or even worse, a panic attack. This is exactly where I get my anxiety from mainly. My mind will tell me that a situation that's coming up is going to be worse than what it really is. My mind will play a lot of head games on me. I don't really know why, and I don't understand it, but that is another big reason why I work out, to combat that. Seeing situations much worse than they already are before you've even done it is terrible. You do not want to do it. You might not even show up to do it. You're going to be going into it with a negative mindset. That's not fair. Certainly not fair to where you're going. That's really not a way to live life. I'm telling you this as someone that lives this every single week. I struggle with it, and if I didn't go to the gym, I really don't, I'd probably have panic attacks every 3 days or something like that. Those are all ways on how to identify negative self-talk. Few ways to combat them. Some things that I've done in the past that have really helped me before. So one would be straight up meditation. I used to go in my car, go onto YouTube, type in meditation music, kick the seat back, turn the volume up, focus on your breathing. So try to slow your breathing down. Be one with the sound and you can just get lost. Just controlling your breathing really calms you down. Number 2, going to a body of water. I'm a fan of the ocean, but if you don't have access to the ocean, a pond, a lake, any type of body of water, big or small, there's something, water and meditation, or really just water in the mind, that's very soothing, especially if you stay there for a while. Don't go on your phone. Just be one with nature. It can really calm you down, really ease your mind. 3, fitness, lifting weights. You release a lot of different toxins and negative shit that is in your head, which is why at the end of a training session you always feel good, because you're energized, make you positive, optimistic. Another reason why you should feel properly for your workouts so you don't feel like shit. Running. When you're running, you can experience what people call a runner's high. Runner's high, when you are in the middle of the run and you feel invincible. You can feel like you're floating, go faster, just keep running, feel like you're on top of the world. By incorporating running every single week, thoughts to really diminish. Go for a run in the morning. Set like upright. You want to have a good day. Allow yourself to have that good day. Depending on where you live, you could always go for a walk, bike ride. It's very calming. Enjoy nature. Be outside. Reading. Reading is extremely beneficial, very important, educational, makes you wiser, makes you smarter, brain function faster and a lot more accurately. So if you're reading out loud, makes you better at speaking, pronouncing words, punctuation with what you're saying. Reading is just good because it can keep you focused, and yeah.